Hello everyone. In this video I am going to discuss about structure of glucose, some properties of glucose and also some sources of glucose in human body. So the chemistry of glucose, as you know, the molecular formula of glucose is C6H12O6. It has one aldehyde group, which is the main functional group, and 5 hydroxyl group. So out of these 6 carbon atom, 4 are asymmetric carbon atom. Asymmetric carbons are those carbon atoms whose 4 valencies are occupied by different atoms or different groups. So in this molecule, carbon number 2, 3, 4 and 5 are asymmetric carbon atom. Glucose molecules, they are optical isomers. D-glucose and L-glucose are optical isomers to each other. Optical isomer means optically active, means they can rotate the plane polarized light. D-glucose can rotate the plane polarized light into right hand side, and L-glucose can rotate the plane polarized light into left hand side. Now from the structure itself we can determine which form is D or which one is L form. So in the asymmetric carbon, which is most distant from the aldehyde group, if the OH group is on right hand side, then the molecule is said to be D form. Now in this structure you can see this asymmetric carbon is the most distant from this aldehyde group, and around this asymmetric carbon this OH group is on the right hand side, so this is D-glucose. And in this structure, this is the asymmetric carbon which is most distant from the aldehyde group, and here the OH group is on the left hand side, so this is L form. This D-glucose and L-glucose are mirror image of each other, and these are optical isomers to each other. So till now we have discussed about only the linear structure or open chain structure. So here, but in solution, glucose molecules are present in cyclic structure, and this cyclic structure is formed by the reaction of this aldehyde carbon atom and the OH group, which is present on the 5th carbon atom. So here you can see this carbon is the aldehyde carbon atom or carbon number 1, and this OH group is attached to this 5th carbon atom. Now the reaction between this OH group and this carbon will lead to the formation of the cyclic structure of glucose. Again, there are two forms of cyclic structure, that is alpha glucose and beta glucose. In the cyclic structure, this carbon is anomeric carbon atom. This carbon number 1 is known as anomeric carbon atom. And here, if the OH group is present below the plane, then this glucose molecule is said to be alpha glucose. And here you can see this OH group is above the plane, so this is beta glucose. And this alpha glucose and beta glucose they can be interchanged to each other in a process of mutual rotation. Now there are some properties. So first we will discuss about the physical properties. So first of all, appearance. Glucose is a white powder, but it is colorless in solution. It can be crystallized from water solutions as alpha glucopyranose, beta glucopyranose and beta glucopyranose hydrate. Glucose is easily soluble in water, acetic acid, blood and other solvents. Then optical activity. Glucose is optically active. That means glucose can rotate the plane polarized light into either right hand direction or in left hand direction. Naturally occurring glucose molecules are dextrorotatory, that means it rotates the plane polarized light into right hand side or clockwise direction. The molar mass of glucose is 180.16 gram per mole, and the melting point of alpha D glucose is 146 degrees centigrade, and for beta D glucose is 150 degrees centigrade. Then here comes some physical properties. Glucose is oxidized to produce energy in the form of ATP and water and carbon dioxide. Glucose molecule is broken to produce lipids and amino acids. Glucose can undergo violent reaction with sodium peroxide and potassium nitrate. Glucose is a simple sugar, so it can easily be broken down by the body to get energy. Glucose is chemically stable in the ring form. Glucose is regulated by insulin and glucagon in blood. Glucose undergoes glycosylation. That means glucose can be easily added to lipids or proteins. Glucose molecules are phosphorylated to reduce diffusion in cells. Then our body can break glycogen to produce glucose by process glycogenolysis. So when the concentration of glucose is lowered in blood, then our body can break glycogen by process glycogenolysis to produce glucose, and these glucose are used to get energy. Again, in starvation, our body can make glucose from some non-carbohydrate source in a process known as gluconeogenesis. Then here there are some reactions of glucose. Glucose gives Mollis test, in which a purple ring at the junction of two liquid is formed, which indicates that glucose is a carbohydrate. Glucose can react with Benedict's solution to give brick red precipitate, which indicates that glucose is a reducing carbohydrate. Glucose also reacts with Burford's solution to give red precipitate at the bottom of test tube, which again indicates that glucose is a reducing monosaccharide. Glucose can give Selivanov's test, in which reaction a cherry red color is not observed, which indicates that glucose is not a ketohexose. Glucose forms oxazone. So in this reaction it forms needle-shaped crystals, which is a confirmatory test for glucose. So here there are some sources of glucose to human body. Glucose can be obtained from three primary sources. So first source is the diet. Carbohydrates are the main source for glucose of the body after meal. Excess glucose is stored in the form of glycogen in liver and skeletal muscle. Glucose can also be obtained by glycogen degradation, which is known as glycogenolysis. Glycogen is stored in liver and skeletal muscle. In case of fasting, liver glycogen is degraded to produce glucose for blood. In case of muscular exercise, muscle glycogen is degraded to secure glucose for muscles as a source of energy. In the absence of glucose, our body can synthesize some glucose molecule from non-carbohydrate source such as some amino acids, and this process is known as gluconeogenesis, and it occurs in prolonged fasting. So in the next part of this video, I will explain the main functions of glucose in human body. Thank you.